So schools are on alert, and it's all because of a reported new trend on the social media site TikTok. Last month, a TikTok challenge encouraged young kids to vandalize bathrooms, steal classroom items, and even remove toilets from stalls at school. Now there's a new reported trend, which is to slap a teacher. Yeah, this happened to educators in at least 2 different schools, one in South Carolina, another in Missouri. TikTok has denied the trend. They called the quote slap a teacher dare an insult to educators. They also promised to remove any related content from the site. Okay, Al, you're a former teacher. That's assault.
Right.
And you're also a parent of 3 kids. What are your feelings on social media trends? And I just want to keep it really real here, because a lot of people are going to say, oh, this isn't going to happen in our neighborhood. These are 2 isolated incidents. Actually, one of our producers here in Denver, Colorado, got a letter home from school saying for the parents to watch out for these trends. It says December, deck the halls and expose yourself in school halls. January, jab a breast. February, mess up school signs. June, flip off front office. And then we have another producer, coincidentally, whose child did one of these trends, even though they talked to the child, and the child is now suspended from school. I know I would probably be, depending on what frame of mind I'm in, may have been apt to that at 12 years old. I'm not going to blame the children
12,
here.
13, 14.
Not the slap the teacher.
Yeah, but honestly, even with the slap the teacher, as a former teacher, I'm not saying I condone it, but I understand it given how vulnerable you are mentally at that age. You're feeling unseen. You're feeling unsure of yourself. Who am I? Do people like me? How can I make sure that people like me? I can do this thing. Now all of a sudden I'm getting love from all over the world. People are telling me I'm cool, I'm that girl, I'm that dude. And it is intoxicating for kids that are looking for validation. So I get it. It's scary. As a parent, it's terrifying. But I mean, your kids are going to be vulnerable to pressures from the outside world that unfortunately you can't always control.
I'm looking at this as a high yield situation based on what you're saying. The idea that all of a sudden you can be seen. Look at some of the numbers that these posts are generating. Those are probably numbers far larger than these kids have ever seen in their lives. But I think this is an important time to understand that with high yield comes high risk. Right. And especially when we're talking about slapping a teacher in this moment during a pandemic when they're literally risking their lives, they're underpaid, they're under-resourced, there's like a lack of advocacy. So if you're going to have a slap a teacher challenge, then I think that it's only appropriate that they get slapped back.
I don't blame you for saying that, Erica.
I don't either. And I just have to say, I'm just watching Squid Game, which is a Netflix show that's very about a dystopia in the near future, right, where I'm not going to give anything away, but it mixes children's games with violence. And it has a high stakes, and it's about being seen and about being liked, and there's all that. And you start to feel like Squid Game, it became the biggest Netflix show ever in history. It feels like it could be real because this is like it. It's like a bingo game. January, jab a breast. Jab a breast? And so it's become this violent kids game. And it's on TikTok, so it's not real. But that's a woman, a girl, whose breast gets jabbed because of this stupid game.
Well,
I want more restrictions for young people.
Let me chime in here, please. Because I've said it over, and it's always unpopular. I get a lot of pushback every time I say this, and I know that parents have to have accountability, of course. And the user has to have accountability. But I also think these social media apps need regulation. They need to take accountability. And people are going to say it's not TikTok's responsibility, it's the schools, it's the parents. No, this is the wild, wild west here. And there's a lot of schools that don't even, especially in Los Angeles and Silicon Valley, with all the different social media apps, former CEOs are not allowing their children, based on the data that they have seen, to take their phones to school or to even have phones at home. So
that's a luxury, though, you know, that those parents are afforded.
I get that.
Yeah, and let me ask you this. I just thought about this as you guys were talking. When we were growing up, we saw adults with jobs. I can be a firefighter. I can be a politician, whatever. Now kids, what world are they going to? What are you guaranteed by graduating from college? But we have seen people like Jake Paul make millions of dollars at 12, 13 years old, and that's their life. So I think a lot of times these kids are looking at, I need to make my money now at 11 because there is no job. There is no guarantee. There are no more unions. And so this is the world that we've given them, and then we then chastise them for looking for likes when that could literally be the thing that fills their bank account.
Wow, I know. I feel like we've gone too far
I hear you.
into that world. I really
hear
do.
You.